Hi everyone, thanks for joining me again today. I'm Nikki and I'm Sew&Snip. So I thought I'd do another Friday sews today, and I'm impressed with myself that I've managed 3 Friday sews on the right day in a row. So Friday sews is an idea by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room to bring the community, the sewing community together. A little bit of life, a little bit of sewing, what our plans are, and just a general chit chat. So I thought I'd come today and share what I've been up to since last Friday. Sews, working. It's been a bit of a mixed up week this week because I've been working different days than normal because I've been doing a few things, having to run around for my mum. I think I've said before, she's got very mild dementia, so we have odd days when she's very anxious, so I've had a few more visits to her this week. I've had doctor's appointments, Mr. B's had hospital appointments, so yeah, it's been a bit all over the place this week, but we went to the hospital appointment this morning, so after that we went for a nice walk along the seafront to make the most of the fact it's a gorgeous autumn day today. Bright skies, it was chilly this morning. I have taken a little video when we were walking just to show the seafront, so I'll put that in here while I'm talking. But yes, it's lovely and bright today. It was chilly this morning, so hence I've got a few layers on. But now actually I'm thinking I might have to take my jumper off because it's warmed up with the nice lovely blue skies out there. So what am I wearing today? Well, I won't stand up, but I've got my grey ginger jeans on. White shirt that I think I mentioned in last week's Friday sews that I made a couple of years ago. It's in a white crepe, but I want to make another one because this has slightly lost its bright white tone. Now this is one of my old favourite patterns. Hopefully you can see it's got a bit bright, and that's the Simplicity 1694. I'm not sure whether that one's still in print, but it's one of my sort of old favourites. I've made 4 or 5 of them. And for this one I've made this view but added the collar as well, and I made it purposely to wear under these tank style jumpers that I've knitted a few of. Now I will put a photo in because now the sun's come even brighter. It's a bit glary now. I don't know if you can sort of see closer up. This is more sort of a two-tone thread. Now this is the Tommy top, which is a pattern by Wool and the Gang, and the yarn it's knitted in is the Billie Jean yarn, which is a yarn where denim scraps, pre-production, before items been sold, any scraps that they've had in the denim, they've respun it and made it into a yarn. So it knits up like a cotton. It's quite hard wearing, but yeah, stops the denim scraps going into landfill, and they make the yarn out of it. So yeah, I've made this one. This was the first one I think I made, so it's a couple of years ago now, again probably. I've made a dark denim one as well. The only trouble with the dark denim one is because it's recycled denim, and the colour does come out of it a bit, so you do tend to get blue hands while you're knitting it, and first couple of washes, and I think that's why, having worn it with a white shirt, that this seems to have lost its brightness. But yeah, so these are really nice. As I said, I've got a couple of them, and it's just easy to throw on top for an extra layer. So that's what I'm wearing today. So as I said, I've told you what I've been up to this week, sort of with life, but I have got some sewing done as well. If you watched me last Friday, you'll know that I was desperately trying to finish a dress for the Precious Fabric 24 challenge, which was designed to help you get motivated to use fabric that you've had in your stash for ages because it's precious to you for some reason and you haven't used it. So I had this lovely chambray with the embroidery at the bottom. That was my Precious Fabric. I said in the previous video, I think it was about 5 years old, but it was actually 7 years ago, 2017, when they did the Sewing Bee live show, and I went along and bought this fabric there. So as a recap, I was making, sorry, you can't see that at all there, the Southport Dress by True Bias. I was making this version here with the split up the front, not quite as long as that one because it didn't have quite the right amount of fabric. But yes, Southport Dress comes in a size 32-inch chest to a 44.5 chest. So it's the finished article. I will put some photos in because I have taken some photos of it. Now I've shared it on the challenge. But as you can see, here it is. And I just thought I'd bring it out to show you the close-ups. But yes, the sun keeps getting brighter. It's difficult to show. So I've put 4 little buttons on there. I don't actually need to undo the buttons to get it on and off because it's quite, it's got a lot of ease across the waist and hips because you sort of fit the top and then it comes down and it's got the drawstring waist before it slightly A-lines out. So I don't actually need to undo the buttons, but I did do them as button and buttonholes. And what I like about it with the drawstring waist, as you can see there, is you add this channel before you had the top onto the skirt. So you make the channel, stitch it to the top part of the skirt, and then you enclose the top of the band in the seam allowance when you add the top on. So it seems less fiddly than sewing the bias binding on an inside of a ready-made dress or put together dress that I've done on some patterns where it's got a drawstring waist. You make the dress up and then you put the bias on and then you add the elastic or the drawstring in. This seems a lot simpler because you add it to the skirt before you add it to the bodice. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. It's lovely and soft. It's got pockets. It comes together really quickly once you start putting it together. All the top edges are bias bound. I did make the bias binding on my new bias binding maker. I forgot to say in last week's Friday Sews that the other thing that I had bought last week was the bias binding maker because it was on special offer down to £50-something. So I'd bought that one, so I tried it out with this one. It's going to take a bit more practice to get the bias binding perfect on it. It started off perfect, but then as soon as I got to a join, it went all off angle, and so it was folding one side and not the other. So I think that's because I was using small bits to get it out of the same fabric. So that's going to take a little bit of practice, but I managed to get enough done to do the neckline and the armholes on this dress, and it was quite neat. And I think maybe the trick is as well to cut the bias binding strip slightly wider than what you normally would, because I found that gave it. I was making a 1/2 inch bias tape, so I cut it at 1 inch. So it just, yeah, if it was a little bit wider, I think it would have been more stable. So I'm going to have a play with that at some point. But it got it done for that, and so that's finished. So that got posted. I think I managed to post it Monday lunchtime because I sort of was finishing it right up to the sort of the last day. So that's that one done. I was looking at a couple of other challenges that are on for this month, but I don't think I'll have a chance to do anything for those. Now my sewing plan slightly altered this week for my next project, because I think I said last week I was going to make the other white shirt with the white cotton I'd bought, but then I remembered that my next Minerva Ambassador fabric had arrived, and so really I ought to get that made up. So it's a bit different for me. It's quite bold. I brought out a bit that I've actually cut out. Now I am making a pair of trousers in this. So it's quite a tropical sort of looking print. I just love this greeny blue colour. I think I would call it petrol colour, but I liked that background colour with all the different oranges and everything in it. So that's one of Minerva's exclusive cotton sateens. So it's the first time I've tried one of these fabrics. If you've seen previous ones, you'll know I tried their new silk crepe and absolutely loved that one. So I think there's going to be more makes in silk crepe. But yes, I fancy the cotton sateen because it's got a nice bit of stretch in it, but it's not too stretchy. So for those, I am making Sasha trousers, the Closet Core. Now this was one of the patterns I picked up when I went to the de-stash party. Pardon me, somebody had put this one down, it was all uncut, and I love my ginger jeans, same company obviously before they rebranded, but and it has such a nice fit with them, so I thought, oh, it'd be nice to try another pair of trousers from the same company. So I've cut out the same size as I normally do with my ginger jeans because the measurements were looking the same. And yes, I'm making this one with the, so it's got the slant pockets at the top, and then it's got little oh, I can't remember what you call them now, welt pockets. It's got welt pockets on the back. No, you can't, yeah, the sun's come out too bright to show that, but I'll put some pictures in anyway. So I thought that'd be nice to sort of, it's sort of autumny colours, isn't it, with all the different oranges and greens and everything in. So I thought that'd be quite nice for a different pair of trousers with a plain top. So the Sasha trousers, they come in a size 0 to 20, which is a waist measurement of 24 inches to 39 inches and hip measurement 33 inches to 48 inches. So yeah, I'm enjoying, I haven't done a lot yet, because this week is my typical sort of sewing week where I'm having to just do little bits at a time. And funny enough, somebody was saying to me last week, how do I manage to get so much sewing done when I've got all other things to do as well? Well, it is in small batches. So I managed to cut this out one afternoon after work while the tea was in the oven, and then on the other 2 evenings I managed to do about 20 minutes each evening. So what I started off with was making the pocket bags. And as you can see with these trousers, they're quite big pocket bags because they come all the way across to the fly front, so it's meant to add extra support across the tummy. So, and I'm self-lining it, so I thought that'd be quite nice to have the same on the inside. So one night I sat and put the pocket bag together because both sides have got facings on them, and then last night I sat and stitched the pocket bag onto the trouser front. So hopefully today, I don't think I've got much to do for the rest of the afternoon. Just normal general cooking the tea, tidying up, sorting my stuff out ready for work again tomorrow. So I might try and do the welt pockets on the backs of those trousers tomorrow, and then I can start constructing the trousers all together. So that's it really for my plan wise. Hopefully I will sort of be going through some of my other fabrics to see what else I can make. I still want to make my white shirt. Hopefully the plan to go on holiday later on in the autumn is still going to go ahead. We have to speak to the insurance company at the moment, but apart from that, so hopefully there may be a little bit more holiday sewing, but we shall wait and see. But that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. As I said, I'll put some photos in the relevant places if possible, possibly the little video of the seafront this morning to show how lovely a day it is, and if not, I'll put some in at the end. But I hope you've had a good week, hope you're getting some sewing done, and I'll see you all next week. Bye bye for now. Bye.